Okay, today I'm rescreening the screen here. It's got a bunch of holes in it. Doesn't look so bad on the ground, does it? But not sure if you can see too well here. Anyway, just a bunch of little doodads, little holes. Not super bad, but bad enough for the need of a rescreen. So here we go. I'm going to pop out the two screws that hold the handle on. We're setting it up so the spline side is up. Now we're going to search around the edge for where our spline material ends. Looking for a corner where we can dig it up. What I've got is a little flat blade on the end of my screwdriver. Looks good for this. I was able to find a corner right here. Dig it up. Kind of do it in both directions if possible, just in case one of them doesn't go all the way through. Grab it with some pliers, go ahead and pull it out. We got some dust in there. Nice special effects. Okay. I'll just use my foot. Kind of keep it in. Around the corners, I'll go a little slower, see if I can keep it all in one piece. There we go. Be able to make it all the way around. Okay. Now we can pull out our old screen material. That. That's trash. Okay, now you can either tape down one side of this, both sides if you're more comfortable with that, or if you have the roll, leave it on the roll, that works good. Go ahead, roll out, and we'll overlap the edges. And using the roll is a nice easy way to make sure everything's nice and taut. Works out real good. Is pull it nice and tight here, and nice and tight there. We'll put our first edge in, and then we'll go and tauten our roll a little bit. Okay. Now, you want to use a plastic spline tool. It has a lot less tendency to cut through the screen material as you push it in. It's just too easy to be just about finished putting your screen in. And oh no, it just cut right through them as it went in. Some of these go in easy, some of them not so much. Mine are slightly difficult. I'm using my knee or foot. I'm using my knee this time, but sometimes I use my foot to keep the door from moving around. Anyway, now we're in. There, and we'll chuck this down the edge, and back here I'm just kind of tauten up the screen a little bit, and it's a lot easier to push the spline material in as opposed to pulling it in. And again, we'll just kind of turn it. It doesn't need to be super tight, but just tight enough to work out any ripples. If it's too tight, it's easy to tear the screen material. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap around the edge. We can come back later with a knife, tuck it in the corners. Again, I'm going to use my knee right on that edge to kind of keep the door itself from moving around on us. I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure, just enough to keep the door from moving. Okay, and once again we'll pull our screen top using the roll. If you didn't have a roll, you can take a broom handle, you can take your handle off, or if you need to leave it on, and you can roll that a little tighter like that. If you have just the screen material, you can wrap it over and tape it. You know, whatever creative way you come up with. Tighten it down a little bit. Not super tight, just tight enough to keep it from getting in here. Again, it's a lot easier to push it in than it is to pull it in. And this will allow you to kind of, like I said, I use my knee here on this edge, keep it from moving around. And then able to just push it right in. Most of the newer screen doors are a lot easier to put the spline in. These old ones, they're a little bit tough. Now this would be the point to work out any ripples. It's your last chance at getting it, just by pulling the edges here. Again, don't want to pull too tight, but if you need to pull to maintain enough pressure to work out a ripple, this would be the time to do that. Just feeling and listening for anything funky going on. And again, I'm going to use my knee right on the edge just to keep the door from moving around. Oops, I just moved it, which is okay at this point. Not going to hurt it. Okay, and now we can go around at the corners and push that spline material in. I like to use my knife here. Works out real good for this. Just be careful that the locking mechanism doesn't give on you. Hold the knife in on your hand, because that would not be fun, as you could imagine. Kind of putting the downward pressure against the back of the knife instead of putting it in the front of the knife. There we go. And for our final edge, we're going to cut this spline material off. It in, and I left kind of just a little bit, not a whole lot, but just enough there to be nice and visible for the next person who comes along. An easy way to pull it out, rescreen it if they need to. Anyway, now we're going to trim off our excess screen material here. And I'm just going right along the outer edge of the spline material. Make it nice and easy. Nice and perfect edge here. Well, it's perfect, but, you know, good clean edge. there. There's our roll. There we go. Now we can put our handle back on. And we've got our nice Rescreening. No ripples, no rolls. Nice and beautiful. Ready to install.